Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster. Marco! Exhaust! I know I said I wouldn't be back in after the whole faces of that thing. Maybe you don't want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know it's like I always have to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Boko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong at cooking school can be put to personal stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork Monster, see? I don't believe you, or I don't believe it. You were human once? What? No. I was a cookie retriever, but I was a student. Until one day, this mean kid with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I'd procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you respect it. You're such a powerful chef, and I shouldn't rely on such dark evil magic. No, you should be protecting innocent from those who cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I'll be there. Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Shepherd. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss if you know what I mean by hideaway. And discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Look at the chicken! It looks like you live such an extraordinary life, Colonel Sanders. Every day I can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's a side dish that I've been tinkering with. I lost the accent again. Oh no. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got 'em right where you want 'em. Should you reveal your new creation too, or keep it a secret? Let's reveal it. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with the Colonel. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to that last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Oh no, I just woke up. Oh, okay, sorry, that's good. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. The chicken. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. That's a real bloody chicken. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state bird of the great state of Kentucky. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Probably the landscape. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I've never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something here? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out by a breeze. No, chicken. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. I guess the drink, or the candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret ingredients. It's redacted. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The comb? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Let's go into his secret room, shall we? You open the door to Colonel Santa's closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look... Oh, sorry, Saras. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Santa's returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Now's your moment to make the big move. Oh man, I don't know which answer. Big move time. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This isn't that kind of game. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over, try again! We lost! Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Oh wow, we have to get through all this again? Alright, so we have to touch the chicken. And we have to touch the candle for the recipe. And then we're going to touch the pictures for you, Sorrows. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Then we're going to look outside. Look at the comb. I think we can look at everything, technically. I think I just skipped the end by doing the door that opened. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing. You look closely and see that there's a short description. I wonder who my friend Pete is. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Or that, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item. Let's look at this. Must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders. Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Whose baby has a beard and glasses? Maybe mine in the future, I don't know. I haven't had a kid yet, we'll see. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. But when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Alright, put on his jacket. Fess up. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you, Colonel. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Shepard? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. This game is such a mess. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Such a mess, but free. Yeah, true. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges from a room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. This is pumpkin moment. I love that dream sequence animation. Here's the little breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to the cookery? No, that's Chipotle. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotions and confused by your feelings, also confessed, whatever floats your goat. You're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run to the door and get home as quickly as possible. Same. That is how I respond to these situations. There's still one more day of school. After all, the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad had happened. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to the speed on... I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe it. Oh, I think I can believe it. Ooh, excuse me. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on when talking to a pressure cooker. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. I thought it wasn't that kind of game. I just choked a little bit. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. Eat all or one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally biggest person in school. There is no one my size. There is this horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Shepard, suggesting I pick on the fitzeless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fists, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go to cooking school like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Never. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Shepard, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Shepard. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Oh, maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of foods. See you inside, Shepard. Man, we messed it up. We didn't have an option there, but we messed it up. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she... Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you received yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, is that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying about. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can't think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered in arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone. I could choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. Wow, we went from like full tilt towards Colonel Sanders to completely uninterested and like disrupting him and now wanting to remove him from our mind. That was quite a teeter. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it! Don't ever do it! You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. Oh. Do we give him our homework? Or do we just wait to see? I think we wait to see, because I think he's gonna 180 turn be like that. You should have casted it. No, we must remember the Colonel. He is our true love. But I think we're gonna wait. Snack, snack. Okay, everybody says snack. Luigi, we're doing snack. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. For the record, I think he's gonna chase his tail. Sprinkles immediately goes for it, gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. Okay, you were right. You were right. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Shepard, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Shepard, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirls and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Yes, no, but you think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
Weird.
But no! You had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joanne, J and J forever. Watch us from a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Ugh. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Beep.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks.
No amount of seasoning is gonna make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where he got it from. Oh, bonjour, Sauce! It is nice to be talking to you today. Oh. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, Showdown Challenge Exam trademark. I am working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so bad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor.
Don't do it, Miriam. I'm starting to think that maybe you are Crystal and you knew about the hot chocolate talks that we had. Don't you do it.
How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. I guess screw the Colonel. I guess he doesn't matter to me anymore now that we spent the bloody night together and he gave me delicious breakfast. I mean, I guess maybe I'm just, like, going crazy or something, or have short-term memory loss, but I guess screw the Colonel. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion right off into the sunset without me? Of course not.
Oh, of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Papa Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show any interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from your cheek.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make something very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Vaughn, the supposed Mon Mon, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Shepherd's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a pot of fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by none other than the Colonel himself.